Welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath, intuitive card reader, and a visionary, and I'm here this evening to do the monthly general reading for May 2017 for the sign of Aquarius. And to start, I have my candle burning from intuitivecandles.com. That's intuitivecandles.com. This candle that's burning is the Acadia maple syrup, and the house smells like fresh baked pancakes with lots of syrup on it. It really does. They are 100% soy based. They're not bad for the health. And at the bottom of each candle, once the wax melts down, is a beautiful reveal of quartz, mineral stones, all these things that are good for you. This is my yellow agate. Here, a little heart shape. My rose quartz, my aventurine, and my latest one from this candle in particular is my pendulum, and it is amethyst, and I am completely in love with it. I love this thing. Love it, love it, love it. It's good for inner knowing, and that's fine by me. Smudges are back for anybody that's been away for a while. And in this smudge, something very special. Oh, I lost my braid again. I received in the mail from Rhode Island. Where did it go? There it is. There's not much left of it. It was about 3 feet long. This is what's left. I just keep snipping stuff off into, oh my God. Oh, the smell is amazing. That's from my girl Heidi in Rhode Island. Thank you again, Heidi, every video. Anyway, we're going to put the smudge up. There's cedar, old man's beard, otherwise known as Spanish moss, grows off the trees here. Picked that off my Three Sisters birch tree. Cedar, grandpa's beard, a little bit of sage, pinch tobacco, and the sweetgrass, of course. And it's been real damp here. It's been raining for like a week, almost. And this isn't covered. It's just in a straw basket, so it doesn't surprise me. It's a little hard to light. A lot of dampness and moisture in the air. For those of you that are not familiar with smudging, it's an indigenous custom by the indigenous peoples in North America. It's a custom that's highly sacred, and it's probably thousands of years old. And I do use this custom, their custom, and their tradition with all due respect. It's a wonderful custom. The smell, it's a campfire in my hand. We had a campfire in here. I had a campfire. It was nice. This is amazing. This cleans, refreshes all the energies, vibrations. It cleans out 90% of the airborne bacteria in your home as well. That's scientifically proven. Also like to thank my girl Heidi for the brand new deck of cards that came in the mail along with the sweetgrass. She's sending other stuff, and I have no idea. It's a big surprise. So let's get this smudge underway. This is for the reader. And thank you for this gift. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And smudge the cards for the reading. They've already been cleansed anyway, but this is like a super cleanse here when we put the smudge on. And this for you, dear reader. Dear reader. I write on the side. That's how I always refer to the readers. This is for you, dear viewer, Aquarius. Catch that wave, baby. There we go. That's a nice smudge, a nice, healthy one. All right, so all that's left to do is to shuffle up the cards. For those of you new to the tarot community on YouTube, this is a general reading. General readings are free because there's thousands of people that will be viewing this video, and it cannot possibly resonate at 100% with everybody. If it's piqued your interest, I do offer the service of private personal readings. The information for that's found down below in the video window, in the description and more area. Just read through that once, and then you can send me off an email. I use that email for everything, by the way. And you may subscribe to the channel, more than welcome to as well. And there's a bell icon somewhere on your screen there. If you click that, you'll be notified every time Bay of Fundy Fortunes posts anything new. So please bring us some messages for the sign of Aquarius. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it's a good old song. We still listen to it every now and again, but it's been around a while. It's a good piece of music. It's for the sign of Aquarius. For the monthly general reading, May 2017. Can you believe we're in the May? After the long, hard winter. Geez, we just had snow a few days ago, I think. It hasn't ended here. It's getting warmer, though. Today was a nice day. Tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day, other than the rain we've had. It's April showers. It's to be expected. It's all part of the grand scheme of things. That was a bad twirl. My goodness, it didn't like that. The cards didn't like that at all. Come on now, it's for Aquarius. Behave. Please give us messages. And thank you for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Please bring forth my spirit guides. Please be with me now. Bring messages for the sign of Aquarius. Thank you guys for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was it. No, it wasn't. Oh, you guys. There we go. They said one more time. There's the one more time. Okay. A little bit of tea. You'll have to excuse me if I don't look quite right. I've been sick for the last, I don't know how many days. Feeling much better tonight. Much better. I had some healing done. First card, your overall energy in this reading is the Five of Wands. It represents competition. Oh, these new cards feel wonderful. Oh, again. Change. Eight of Cups falls into your finances and wealth. We're going to start getting a recurring theme. Third card, your heart, your home, and the people that are closest to your heart. Justice. It's all about balance. Card number 4, your challenges for the month of May. 10 of Wands, all about responsibility. Your message from Spirit, your 5th and final card. 2 of Swords, Crossroads. It's just a complicated card. That one usually means complications in one's life. It's not cut and dry, it's complicated, as they say. Okay, first card is the 5 of Wands. Wands are all about practical things in our lives. Competition is the key word here. So when this card shows up, it's all about competition, tests. Sometimes people, Aquarius, you could find yourself being overwhelmed by others at this time. Their opinions are overwhelming for you. For those of you that have children or are associated or linked to children anyway, there could be some demanding children in families right now. Kids are acting up. We're getting close to the end of the school year, so that's to be understanding. It's understanding. For some of you at work, this is for those of you that work. Some of your co-workers are talking over you. You need to fight to be. You need to fight to be heard. In other words, projecting yourself over them so that you're heard. That's not the best way to go about doing something like that. I mean, it just then everybody's yelling and everyone's trying to. You're not going to be the only one. Everybody else is going to try to yell over you again. So there has to be another way. There's this energy about you right now, Aquarius, for your overall energy in this card as well. For this reading, there's just a mass of stuff going. I just sense this a blur of so much going on and activity. There's a deluge of emails and phone calls, communications. time conflicting meetings. You're being pulled in more than one direction at the same time, needing to be more than one of you to meet any obligations and agreements that you may have made. You're being left feeling quite uncomfortable and being pulled in different directions all at the same time. Okay, so because all this craziness and this energy is it's almost like the planets, the way they've been acting lately, all going retrograde. You know, half a dozen at one point all gone retrograde, which is enough to just push some of us right over the edge. They're super sensitive to that. You know, week before last, I was just like, what the heck is going on? There was stuff coming at me, and normally I really can pick up on things and I sense things just before they happen, or I get this feeling that something's coming my way, something's going to happen. This wasn't like that. This was like no warning. It was like being sucker punched in the back of the head. You didn't see the fist coming at the back of your head, and you didn't even stand a chance to remain on your feet. And I felt like I kept getting bowled over and knocked on my butt by one thing after another. It was insane. It was extreme. Um, I got pretty pissed off about it and started taking it quite personally. And then to find out that I'm not the only one, and I wasn't the only reader either that was going through different things like that. I didn't feel under attack, and I wasn't taking it personally. If we're affected by the moons and it affects the tides, the moon affects every body of water on this planet, and it affects us humans. Anything with a heartbeat that has fluid running through its body, its veins, it is affected by the moon. So if you have a half a dozen planets all going retrograde all at the same time, you can imagine the effect that's going to have on us, especially up here, emotionally, and all that good stuff. So, having said all that, with all this barrage of stuff going on around you, it's almost like you're standing still and the world's going at 190 miles an hour all the way around you at all times, in all different directions that you can think of, just like a starburst or something. So what you need to do is just stop and be real quiet, kind of step back out of the scene, out of the main drag, out of the line of fire. Try to pull yourself back psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Get out of the way. Stop trying to make things happen. Stop trying to force things. Just get back out of the way. Become more of an observer than a participant for just a little bit. It's going to serve you well if you do that. Not only that, you won't be scattering your own energies all over the place. Wait and see who really needs your help. That will show if you just sit back and be real quiet and watch. Just watch everybody going on about their business and see who really needs your help. That way you're not going to scatter yourself. Then where you focus your help on will be much more successful in that manner. Your keywords are posturing, ego, pride, debates, tests, opinions, communications, overload. Communications overload is the big one. And you need to focus on yourself as well at this time. So don't forget that. That's just your overall energy. That's crazy. Okay, second card, Eight of Cups. This is in your finances and wealth, and it's all about change. This is the right time to take your leave and to move on. I'm hearing go solo, go single in any business dealings that you have on the go right now. Don't ask to take on any partners. Don't ask for any investors. If you do that, you're going to lose your place within your own realm. When it comes to moving on, this is going to be easier than you think as well. The reason being is because there have been some ties that have already been severed recently. So when you kind of metaphorically pick up your bags and start moving forward, you can do so without very, very little drama. The drama's already happened. It's already taken place. All you have to do is physically remove yourself, mentally or emotionally as well. You can, at this time, you'll be turning around. This is for some of you. Remember that, excuse me. Oh, this is a general reading, so this is not going to resonate with everybody, all right? This is just going to resonate with whoever the message in the card is meant for. You know who you are out there. But you can make a quiet goodbye and a quiet exit as you slowly walk away. Some of you right now could use a journey. Some of you are going on a journey. Some of you need a change of scenery, little vacation, little trips away, like day trips or weekend trips. It'll do you a world of good right now. The energy is filling that for you right now. The advice is to follow your heart. Once you get past any disappointments, any pain, the initial change of scenery, when there is changes in your life, once you get past all of that, just follow your heart. When all the administrative stuff is taken care of and everything's put in its place from the changes that you will be experiencing, then you follow your heart. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze again. And you will move forward. Oh, your keywords are endings and departures, journeys, movement, transitions, travel, and some vacations. What I seen there was just somebody breaking off and going off on their own into the business world. They're not taking anybody with them, and they're not inviting anybody with them. This may be you. Your third card, your hearth, your home, your family, people that you care about, the love in your heart. And it's all about balance. This is a sword as well. She's holding that sword. So a lot of stuff going on up here in the frontal lobe, in our center awareness is what I'd like to call it. Judging from the past, though, a decision will go in your favor. This could affect legal claims, your job, any work that you're involved in, family matters, and relationships as well. Expect to find the truth of any situations that have been hidden from you. If your suspicions and your spidey senses have been telling you that something has been hidden from you, something has been taken from you, it's going to come to the forefront. When it does, you can deal with it, take care of it, move on, and you can find healing from that and closure. You can't do anything until you know what it is that's being hidden from you, but some of you are feeling it in your gut. What are they not telling me? And we're talking friends, family, bosses. I'm feeling on the job, there's things you're not being told. There's going to be some management changes, and maybe your job's going to change, and your job may end as well for some of you. And that's what you're not being told. But once you know, you can, in that case, you can start looking for another job. You can see, there it is. Once it's out in the open, you can start dealing with it. You may feel put out. You may feel your feelings hurt. Pushed out. Once you get past that, you start to heal. Then you can move forward and go on to greener pastures and on to better things. These things happen for a reason anyway. They're not always convenient. No, they're not. But they happen. You're not special that way. Neither am I. Stuff happens to us, and that's the way it is. There's going to be, because this is a swords card, there's some weighing of options going on up here. Right there. A lot of weighing of options. Decisions that need to be made as well. You're going to find, some of you that have been caught into a situation, I'm hearing have been thrown like a ball, like into balls. Thrown amongst the people, thrown amongst the crowd, not standing out, but being counted one over all, almost like being judged because everybody's like that. What in this world where is everybody's like that? We're not. We're all very, very different. But you're feeling like you're being judged that way. That you're being put in with the crowd, and you're offended by that, and you're hurt by that. Somebody's judging you and saying you're just like everybody else. That's what I'm hearing. You're just like everybody else. You're no different than anybody else. And you're thinking, I'm very hurt and I'm offended. And yes, I am very different. In this case, I am. I'm not like everybody else. You know what? That's how you feel, Aquarius. Stand up and say so. Stand your ground and speak up and say, no, I am not like everybody else. You think what you want to think, but I know different. Be proud of that. You'll feel vindication by doing that as well. You will be vindicated by doing that. Your strength will come from within. Angels and guides are supporting you right now on life's path as well. The universe wants you to hear that. The advice is use a practical approach with everything and try to remove your emotionality out of most of the important things right now coming up that you have to go after, walk towards, pick up, take care of, and make your own. Use a practical outlook and a practical approach to. That's just what the card is saying. Be realistic in all your decisions right now as well. That's being brought to the forefront. So anything within the family structure like that, if you remain practical, you're not getting emotionally involved. You're not picking sides. Remember that. There are some family decisions that are going down, though. Things from the past are now karma's coming around, okay, to pay the piper, as they say. And so this will affect family matters and relationships. There's some shock coming up within the family unit. Or even if it's close friends or very close co-workers, there is a shock coming to the surface. No way, I'm not seeing what that is. But your keywords for this card are calm, decision, keeping your integrity in check, truth, legal issues, support, and vindication. Somebody's going to be vindicated, obviously. So number 4 is your challenges. It's 10 of Wands, and it's all about responsibility. This is the overwhelm card of the tarot as well. Some of you are feeling that there's just too much to do and there's too much to think about. You have pressure at home, pressure at work, or work. But for some of you, you seem to be getting hit from all sides. There seems to be just an awful lot of pressure going on at this time. Some of you are not seeing the bigger picture in a situation that you're in right now because you're too absorbed in the details. It's good to be absorbed in the details, but you have to stand back and get your breath and look at things that are in a realistic way, in the bigger picture. In the end, we always have to look at the bigger picture, no matter what it is that we're dealing with that's in the forefront of our lives. But you need to be doing that. You need to be looking at the bigger picture, so don't forget about that. Sorry. Also, some of you have one thing or one person that's draining your energy right now. And you're feeling like you have no time to focus on your own needs. Well, guess whose responsibility that is to fix that? That's yours. You can only be taken advantage of and overwhelmed by other people if you allow them to do that to you. So sometimes we all need a little reminding of that. We get caught up in it. We don't realize, hey, this is making me uncomfortable. I'm starting to feel like I can't breathe. All my own stuff is going to the wayside because this person is tying up all my time. It's because you've allowed it. We all need to be reminded of that we don't have to take that. We don't have to put up with that. And there's a nice way of handling it. You don't need to be rude or hateful or cold-hearted, but there's a kind, straightforward, down-to-earth, realistic way that it can be dealt with. And I'm sure, Aquarius, if you dig for it, you can find that resolve within yourself to deal with this and just get away from this person, okay? You just don't have time for this right now. The advice is to make sure, you need to set your boundaries right now to reduce your stressors. And you need to say no to some people. That's going to be coming up, and you just have to. You're only one person, and there's only 24 hours in the human day. So, therefore, your keywords are burdens and overload, confusion, exhaustion, blocks. Priorities, get your priorities in order as well. There's a lot of pressures around you, right? It's just too much. There's just like an electrical current that's just gone haywire in your life right now. It's all over the place. Nothing's really, it's like a highway with all these little cars. Instead of everybody staying in their lanes, everybody's doing this. They're all over. It's just, it is dizzying. I'm feeling dizzy is what I'm seeing. A dizzying effect. So, you can thank the planets for that. Just that simple. Your last card, your message from Spirit. This is quite the message. 2 of Swords, and it's about being at crossroads. So when this card appears, a decision has to be made. You are at a crossroads. There's some tension and indecision. You're locked in conflict. There's decisions that need to be made. Both decisions are locked right in conflict because the power of them is equal no matter which way you go. It's quite an equal situation. No side can really win in this situation at all. This might not even be your fault, but it's a decision that only you and you can make alone. Your perspective is blocked right now, and there could be an obvious clue that you're missing. to get you out of the situation where you can't make that call that needs to be made, the decision that has to come down, so that everybody's happy with it, because you're looking at the ramifications of once you make a decision, what's the fallout going to be? What is the ricochet? What is the lasting effect? And what is the bigger picture? What's going to happen in the bigger picture if you go this way? And what's going to happen in the bigger picture if you go that way? There is a clue that you're missing that can give you the answer that you need so that you can safely and soundly and consciously feel good about any decision that you need to make. The advice of the card is to make sure that you look again, take a fresh angle, and try some new action. Once you get a fresh angle on things, go ahead. Don't be afraid. Walk right into it. Any decisions right now are probably better than not making any decisions at all. There's the advice of the card. Your keywords are doubt and uncertainty. Stalemates. You don't want to be stuck like that, and this problem has you kind of stuck. You're at a stalemate. A lot of indecision, feelings of indecision, feelings of being stuck, and they're overwhelming too. There's a sense of disconnection, and there's blocks in the way. So Spirit is telling you that to look for that clue. There's a clue out there somewhere that's going to help you make your decision. But please, always, always, always look at the bigger picture. If you look at the bigger picture, that's what really counts in life. Short-term game, yeah, you might fix it right now, or stick your head in the sand and say, I'm just not going to deal with it. But guess what? It'll keep. It's like an argument with a woman. Until the argument and the problem has been fixed, the woman's going to keep bringing it up. Yes, men, that's the way it works. She's going to keep bringing it up because men say she just can't forget about that. She just won't let it lie. She never will let me live that down. Well, the reason is because the problem hasn't been addressed. Until the problem's been addressed, it'll keep coming up. The same with this situation. It's the same thing. So let's see what significator is going to come forward for this interesting reading, Aquarius. Whoops. There goes my beautiful pendulum that I care so much about. It just flew onto the floor. I'll get it in a moment. Master of the universe, master of the natural world, please, spirit guides, bring forth any message that is needed to come forth with the sign of Aquarius for this general 5-card spread for the month of May. That certainly wasn't it. 2017. I always get nervous at this part. I don't know why. I just do. I'm always nervous before I turn each card over, too. It doesn't matter who's reading, I'm doing it. I love all the signs. I always want to give a really good reading, but I'm too much of a realist, and I have too much integrity to not bring forth the truth of what the cards are putting out there. That's my job. I'm a mediator between you and the cards. And there's me in the middle. And I'm here to bring the message forth. I'm just a mediator. That's all I am. I'm the conduit between you guys and the message from the cards. That's all I am. So I hold no responsibility. I'm true to the cards, though. I am. Good or bad. That's real life. You know what? This is your card. Once I cut them. I gotta get my pendulum. Hold on. Alright. Okay. Oh, the Hermit. Isn't he one interesting looking man? The Hermit. I like him. I'll tell you why I like him personally. The reason being is I'm very much a people person, and I'm outgoing because I need to fit in with the world. But I like him because I love my alone time. I like my own company. I really do. I get in touch with who I am. I get in touch with nature. I get in touch with everything around me, and I love being in that space. I eat it up for all it's worth. There's being alone and there's being lonely. I'm not lonely. I'm lonely for things, maybe, certain situations, things like that. But overall, I'm not a lonely person. I really do enjoy my time alone. I like him a lot. It's time to go off on your own, Aquarius, and do some deep thinking. Bear with me while I bring him up in my little book here. I just really like, every time I see that card, I feel calm and I feel relaxed. And maybe not everybody can feel the same way. Maybe, I know some people can't handle being alone at all. I mean, at all. I don't know what they're afraid of. I don't really understand that part of it. That psyche, I really, well, I do, but I don't know. It's not something that affects me, so I don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about it. He came up reversed. That's the only thing with this card. He did come up reversed. And I wasn't sure if there was a reversal. I only pull one card once a month from this deck. So, you naysayers with pulling the book, you know what you can do. Okay. So upright, this card symbolizes a teacher and a guide. It represents enlightenment and the need to choose an unfamiliar path. But reverse, the reverse of this is mistaken advice and excessive caution. So you're going to be basically at some point over all the stuff we just read in the 5-card spread, some of you are going to get a little paranoid and you're going to say, you know what? I'll fix fate. I'm too afraid to do anything at all. You know, I'm scared of my own shadow, so I'm not going to do nothing at all. And that's what the card is saying. That can be a little, come a little bit closer. That can be a little excessive and work against you and not work for you. So you kind of have to watch out for that. So be aware of that. Because any action at some point is better than no action at all. As long as you're doing something. Unless all the cards are screaming, take cover, hide, jump into that hole, and don't come out until, you know, the month passes. And I've not seen anything like that ever. It's always, if you're unsure about what to do, you can always put something out there, even something subtle. It shows that you're taking an active part in your destiny, in your day, in your week, and in your month, and responsibility for yourself and what you put out there. But if you're nervous, just something subtle. Ask the universe to guide you and what you should do and where you should go and what you should be. We can all be afraid to. I have days like that. You know, I'll read 2 or 3 horoscopes and they all kind of jive together. And all 3 of them say, you know, you're not going to do well in public today. Stay away from public places, you know, for one reason or another. And that'll make me a little bit, well, maybe I could hold off for a day, you know. And some days you just don't feel right. When it comes to things, you go, if I go out today anywhere, it's not going to be good. I can feel it. So you kind of go with your sixth sense, use your intuition. We all have intuition. Some of you, I am feeling compelled to tell you, need to start to harness that skill a little bit. Try to hone it in. Learn what it's about. Test it. Try it. It's great. It's magic. We're all born with it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope it resonated with most of you today. And thank you very much for stopping by. And we'll be back in about a week's time to do the weeklies again. And for the rest of you, thank you so much to the group, Bay of Fundy Fortunes, on Facebook. You guys really rocked today. That was, I did something out of character that I wouldn't normally do. And it was, you know, it was enlightening. And it was something kind of negative that turned into something really, really nice and really, really good. The people in there are just amazing. We're all like-minded, and we all believe the same way, and we all lean in the same way, and we all have a connection. And that to me is amazing. You're all welcome to join us there if you'd like. Like I said, we're all like-minded people. And if you're like me, and you're like all the members of Bay of Fundy Fortunes, I don't have to spell that out for you. You already know what I'm talking about. So anyways, thank you very much. I'd like to thank all the viewers as well for all your views, your likes, your dislikes, thumbs up, thumbs down, your comments. Please keep rudeness out. I have 0 tolerance. I'll just remove your comment. It won't go anywhere, so you just waste your time. We try to keep the channel realistic, of course, because I'm all about being real, but respectful. There is no room for religion, politics, or rudeness in the channel. End of. I'd like to say thank you to the members of YouTube, the subscribers, and the members in the group as well. They are the support in the foundation of the Seabed Flora Bay of Fundy Fortunes. And I thank you very, very much for that. And if you like the reading, and I think I already put that in the first, didn't I, about personal readings. The information's all found down below if you want a personal reading. So if anybody is looking for me, you'll find me right here. You can find me on Twitter, Blogspot, Google, Bay of Fundy Fortunes on Facebook, YouTube. And you can find me right here physically, or you can find me down below, walking along the beach, along the water's edge of the mightiest tides in the world, that is the Bay of Fundy, because I am a high tide junkie, and I'm always waiting on the next high tide, and I hope to see you all back here next week. Goodbye and good night.